Hi fans of high quality entertainment and my Patreon members. Once again, this is kind of two videos in one. A longer video for Patreon where you can actually hear the music. And I'll be doing a little mini review after each song on Patreon. And on YouTube, I don't know what I'll do for the editing, but at the end you will still get to hear my thoughts on King Crimson's Red. Earlier today on my community I posted 5 albums and I asked you which one of the 5 would you like me to review on Patreon and YouTube. They were the Kinks. The Kinks are the Village Green Preservation Society with 21% of the votes. The Beach Boys' Surf's Up with 17%. Ringo Starr the Fourth with 22%. Roxy Music, their debut album with 10%. And the winner, King Crimson Red, with 30% of the votes. So, and that was with 273 votes in total so far. And Carl Meschen wrote, if that's how you pronounce your last name. If not, I apologize, don't sue me. He wrote, I'm excited to see Red winning so far. Gonna have to join your Patreon if it wins for real. Promises, promises. One of my favorite albums of all time. I think you'd love it. King Crimson's Discipline for 1981 is also flawless. I'll be the judge of that. So yeah, I would love it if there were more members joining my Patreon. I have, I think, 24 now. So thank you to each and every one that joins. And I just did a bunch of song requests today there, including a Tool song. And the other quick thing I want to say before I listen to the album is I did a couple things. I did own King Crimson's Red back in the day, back in probably around the time it came out. And I think I gravitated towards the first song. I absolutely love that. And I do know, I remember it, the first song, Red. The rest of the album, I might have played it once or twice, but I never got into it. So this will be like a seriously first listen, except for Red. And as some of you already know, I've said this before, but I might have some new viewers. My very first concert was seeing Golden Earring in Toronto at Massey Hall, June 24th, 1974, opening for, that's right, ABBA, no, King Crimson. And they have the set list here. I don't remember it. I think back, my older brother was the King Crimson fan. He had all of the albums, you know, at that time. That's what I'm trying to say. Not that I dislike them, but I think I enjoyed Golden Earring more at the time because, you know, I was a young kid and I wasn't really into the progressive rock as much. But I do remember Robert Fripp. He was sitting down in a chair the whole concert, and they played Lark's Tongues in Aspic, Part 2, Lament, Exiles, Improv the Golden Walnut, The Night Watch, Fracture, Starless and Bible Black, Easy Money, Starless, and the encore was something called 21st Century Schizoid Man. I know that song. I do own a King Crimson album, but just one. I apologize. So here we go. And if you join Patreon, you can listen along with me. You know, if YouTube would allow, I'd just be on YouTube. But that's what I love about Patreon. You can actually hear the music and not get sued. So I'm listening to Red Expanded and Remastered Original Album Mix, 1974. But I'm not playing the bonus track. So it's just Red, Fallen Angel, One More Red Nightmare, Providence, and Starless. So here we go. A 1, 2, 3. Always plug in your headphones. 1, 2, 3. Well, that sucked. No, that was awesome. The thing is, because I hadn't heard it in quite a while, I forgot about the midsection where it kind of gets quieter. So I just remember that riff being so awesome. And so, yeah. By the way, I've been listening to more instrumental music lately. I don't know if you people that love this album, you should love this too. The Mahavishnu Orchestra with John McLaughlin. Just amazing jazz rock, progressive jazz rock. And I did a video on that will be on my Patreon. It isn't right now, where I listened to the Dance of Maya. Anyway, great opening track. I don't know how any song can surpass that on this album, but we'll see, because I don't remember the other songs. Here we go. And I know they do have vocals, some of them at least. But what great musicians, seriously. Fallen Angel. That could make a grown man weep. That was, I can see why it's one of their most popular tracks. I love how I knew something was going to happen, right? And I was thinking it's going to get more aggressive, and it did. I think you saw my reactions there a couple of times with the guitar, and then the ending was phenomenal. I think, and that's just on first listen that I remember, although they performed it in 1974, my very first concert. That's probably my favorite song on the album. Yeah. So, now this is for everybody, YouTube and Patreon. Just finished listening to Red, expanded and remastered original album mix without the bonus tracks. And I remember Red, as I said, and I've always loved that song, although I forgot about the midsection when it kind of slowed down. Fallen Angel was excellent. Really nice vocals by, I can't pronounce it. I don't know, John Wetton or Wheaton. Somebody can let me know in the comment section below. And just One More Red Nightmare was awesome. Providence, I loved how, and I actually said on Patreon that before side 2 started of the vinyl, I said, I bet this is going to start out quiet. And I was right. But by the end, it built, it took a while to get going, and I loved it. And my favorite song probably is Starless. Just excellent. The musicianship, just so damn good. Robert Fripp, genius. Bill Bruford, and the guy I can't pronounce on bass. The bass work reminds me a bit of Jack Bruce of Cream, and even his vocals in a way. And I love the addition. I didn't realize there'd be guest musicians from this album on saxophones and electric violin. I love the electric violin, so that was nice to hear. So all in all, I totally enjoyed that. But remember, it's my first, I think it's probably the very first time I've listened to it all the way through. But like I said, I was always a fan of the first song, Red. And so Starless, I know that when he's singing, he says Starless and Bible Black, and that was the title of a previous album. So I'm a little confused with that. Unless they just left it for this album to do the song. So my final thoughts and my rating. So remember, this is my first listen, and I know on further listens I'm going to just soak more in. But for a first listen, I got it. And I enjoyed every part of it. And like I was saying for one of the mini song reviews, what I love about albums like this, and Frank Zappa's jazz rock albums and instrumental albums in general, and Yes albums, I could go on and on. I love, the longer songs where the whole song is great, but there's certain sections of the songs that you're just waiting for, they're coming. And once you get used to an album like this, you're going to really be anticipating those moments. But yeah, I was really, really impressed with it. I would give it, for my rating, for a first listen, like I said, I would give it an A. I can't give it a minus. I can't give it an A plus though. Not on first listen. I'll give it a solid friggin' A. Yeah. King Crimson Red. Thank you for watching. I hope some of you enjoyed that. And if you're on Patreon and you watch the whole video with me just basically sitting here, well, there were times, I'd perk up a bit, and you saw those moments. Those are real moments. Those aren't acting. When I feel the music, I'm gonna dance. So, yeah. Thank you for watching on YouTube and Patreon. And if you're on YouTube, check out my Patreon and scroll through the video reactions and join if you like and make a song request. Or maybe even an album request. Thanks again.